Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of English Listening Lab. I'm Emily, and as always, I'm here with my good friend, Sam. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Emily. Hi, everyone. It's so good to be here again. How's it going today?
I'm doing great, Sam. I had a very fun weekend, and I can't wait to share it with our listeners. What about you? How was your weekend?
Oh, it was nice. I spent some time relaxing at home, but I also went to a park with my friends. It was really fun. We had a picnic and played some games.
A picnic? That sounds nice. What kind of food did you bring?
We brought sandwiches, fruit, and some juice. Simple, but really tasty. Sometimes the simplest things are the best. What about you, Emily? How was your weekend?
Well, I had a busy weekend, actually. I went to a small concert on Saturday night. There was a band playing, and the music was amazing. I really enjoyed it. But the best part was meeting new people. I love meeting new friends at events like this.
That sounds so fun. What kind of music did the band play?
It was pop music. I love pop music, so I had a great time dancing and singing along. I even made a new friend named Sarah. We talked about music, and now we're planning to go to another concert together.
Wow, that's awesome. Making new friends is always fun, especially when you have something in common. So, tell me, Emily, what do you usually do on weekends? Is there a routine you follow?
That's a great question, Sam. Well, most of the time, I like to relax and take it easy. I usually sleep in on Saturdays, maybe until 9 or 10 in the morning. Then I like to have a nice breakfast. I love pancakes, so I make them almost every weekend. After breakfast, I might watch some TV or read a book. It's my way of resting after a busy week.
Pancakes. That sounds delicious. I usually sleep in too, but not as late as you. I like to wake up early and go for a walk or a run in the morning. It's good for my health, and I feel better the whole day. After that, I like to make a big breakfast. Sometimes eggs, sometimes oatmeal, but I always have coffee. I need my coffee to start the day.
Ah, yes. Coffee is a must-have for so many people. I know I can't live without it. Speaking of morning routines, do you have any special weekend traditions, Sam? Something you do every weekend?
Yes. Every Sunday, I try to do something fun with my family. We go to the park or sometimes visit a museum. It's our little tradition, and I really enjoy spending time with them. What about you, Emily? Any weekend traditions?
I love that idea. My family is not in the same city, so I don't see them every weekend. But I do have a tradition with my friends. On Sundays, we always go for a walk in the park. We talk about everything: our work, our dreams, and, of course, our favorite TV shows. It's a nice way to end the weekend and get ready for the week ahead.
That sounds wonderful, Emily. It's always nice to end the weekend with good friends. Now, I have a fun question for you. When you're talking about your weekend plans with your friends, what do you say? For example, how do you ask, "What are you doing this weekend?"
Ah, that's a good one. I usually say, "What are you up to this weekend?" Or, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?" It's a nice casual way to ask. Sometimes I might say, "What's on the agenda for this weekend?" if I'm feeling a little more formal. How about you, Sam? How do you ask?
I usually say, "What are you doing this weekend?" Or, "Got any plans this weekend?" I think it's a friendly, easy way to ask. And when my friends ask me, I always say something like, "I'm just going to relax, maybe see a movie," or "I'm meeting up with some friends." It's always nice to talk about plans with others.
Yes, exactly. It's so fun to talk about weekend plans and hear what everyone is doing. Sometimes people have exciting plans, and other times they just want to rest and relax. And that's okay too. Everyone deserves some rest.
Totally agree, Emily. Rest is so important. So let's switch things up a bit. Let's talk about the past. Do you have a favorite weekend memory from when you were younger?
That's a great question, Sam. I remember when I was younger, my family and I used to go to the beach every summer weekend. I loved playing in the sand and swimming in the sea. It was always a lot of fun. I think that was my favorite weekend memory. How about you, Sam? Any special memories?
Oh, I have a lot of great memories from weekends when I was younger, but one of my favorites was when my friends and I went camping in the mountains. We spent the whole weekend hiking, making campfires, and telling stories under the stars. It was so much fun. We laughed a lot and just enjoyed being outdoors.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing weekend. I bet it was so peaceful in the mountains. It's always nice to spend time in nature, away from the busy city.
Exactly. Nature has a way of making everything feel calm. All right, Emily, I have a question for our listeners now. We've been talking about our weekends, and we want to know, what is your favorite thing to do on weekends? Do you like to relax at home, hang out with friends, or go on an adventure? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please share your weekend plans with us. We can't wait to read your comments. And now, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more fun stories about weekends and how to talk about them in English. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Before the break, we asked you about your favorite weekend activities. If you haven't left a comment yet, make sure you do. We'd love to hear what you get up to on your weekends.
Yes, please. Now, Sam, let's talk about some fun things we can do over the weekend. You mentioned that you like going to the park or running in the morning. What other activities do you enjoy on weekends?
Oh, definitely. I also love visiting new places. Sometimes on weekends, my friends and I go to a new cafe or a new part of the city. It's fun to explore, and it's a great way to take some photos for Instagram, too. Have you ever done that, Emily? Explored a new place just because you had time on the weekend?
I love that. I haven't been to new cafes much recently, but I do enjoy going to new museums or art galleries. There's something about seeing new art that makes me feel inspired. Last weekend, I visited an art exhibition, and it was amazing. The paintings were so colorful and full of life. It made me feel happy just looking at them.
That sounds fantastic. I love the idea of spending a weekend at an art gallery. It's calm and you learn something new. Speaking of learning, do you ever use weekends to study or improve your skills?
Good question, Sam. Honestly, I try to rest on weekends, but sometimes I spend a little time reading or learning something new. I love learning languages, so I often practice Spanish on weekends. It's fun, but I don't stress about it. What about you? Do you do any learning on the weekends?
Sometimes. If I have a free moment, I like watching documentaries or reading books about history. It's interesting to learn more about the world even on weekends. But like you, I don't push myself too much. It's important to take breaks, right?
Absolutely. Taking breaks is key. After all, weekends are for relaxing and recharging. But learning is also important. It's all about balance.
Speaking of balance, do you ever use weekends to work on hobbies? I know a lot of people enjoy their hobbies more when they have free time.
Yes, definitely. I love playing video games, and on weekends, I usually have more time to play. Sometimes I play with my friends online. It's fun to compete and work together on different games. Do you have any hobbies that you enjoy doing on weekends?
I do. I really enjoy cooking. On weekends, I try new recipes and sometimes I make my friends dinner. It's always fun to cook together and try new dishes. One time I made pizza from scratch and it was a huge hit. It was so much fun.
That sounds delicious. Cooking can be a great way to spend time on the weekend, and it's such a nice way to share something special with others. I think it's great that you cook for your friends. I might try that next weekend. Maybe I'll even make pizza too.
That sounds like a fun idea, Sam. So, we've been talking a lot about what we do on weekends, but let's also talk about what people don't want to do on weekends. What's something you never want to do during your weekend, Sam?
Oh, that's easy. I never want to do any work on weekends. I try to finish everything by Friday so I can have a proper break. If I have to do work on the weekend, I'm not happy. How about you, Emily? Anything you don't want to do on weekends?
I totally agree with you, Sam. I hate working on weekends. It feels like the week never ends. But honestly, sometimes I have to do some work. If I have a lot of emails or messages, I'll check them, but I try not to spend too much time on work. I think weekends should be a break from all the stress.
Yes, weekends are for relaxation. I also try not to do anything too tiring on weekends. No cleaning or big chores, because that can feel like work too. I think weekends should be about doing things that make you happy and relaxed.
Exactly. Weekends are for fun and rest. But sometimes people have different ideas about what makes them happy. Some people might like working out at the gym, while others just want to stay in bed and watch TV. It's all about what makes you feel good.
Well said, Emily. Everyone has their own idea of the perfect weekend. And that's what makes weekends so special. You can do whatever makes you feel relaxed and happy. Now, let's talk a little about how we can ask other people about their weekends.
That's a good idea. If you want to ask your friend about their weekend, you can say, "How was your weekend?" Or, "Did you do anything fun this weekend?" These are simple questions to ask, and people usually love to talk about their plans.
Another good one is, what did you get up to this weekend? It's a friendly and casual way to ask. And if you want to ask about a specific day, you can say, what did you do on Saturday? Or how was your Sunday? It's nice to focus on different days too.
Yes, I agree. Asking about the weekend helps people share what they've been doing, and it's a great way to connect with friends. Plus, it's a good way to learn new things about them.
Exactly. You can also ask, what are your plans for next weekend? Or what's on the agenda for next weekend? These questions are perfect if you want to make plans with a friend.
And don't forget the classic, "What's your favorite thing to do on the weekend?" This is a fun way to learn more about what your friends like. You might find out something new and exciting.
Great suggestions, Emily. Now, before we go, I have another question for our listeners. What do you think makes the perfect weekend? Is it having a lot of fun activities, or do you prefer to relax and do nothing? Let us know in the comments.
Yes, we're really curious, and we'll be reading all your comments, so don't forget to share your thoughts. And now, let's take one more break before we wrap things up. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for sticking with us. We've been talking about all kinds of fun weekend activities, from exploring new places to enjoying simple hobbies. We hope you're enjoying the conversation so far.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun, Emily. But before we finish, let's talk about how weekends can be a little different depending on where you live. For example, in some countries, weekends are a time to relax and enjoy with family and friends, like we've been talking about. But in other places, people might work on weekends. Have you ever had a weekend like that, Emily?
That's a good question, Sam. I remember when I was traveling in some parts of Europe, people worked on Saturdays and sometimes even on Sundays. It was surprising for me because in my country, weekends are mostly for relaxing. But I think it's different depending on the culture and the type of job. Have you ever experienced working on weekends, Sam?
Yeah, I have. I used to work on Saturdays at my part-time job when I was in school. It wasn't fun because I really wanted to relax after a busy week, but I guess sometimes work is important and we have to make time for it. Now I try to avoid working on weekends, but if something important comes up, I don't mind doing it for a short time.
That's true. Sometimes we have to work on weekends, but I think it's important to find a good balance. Work is important, but so is rest. Everyone needs time to relax and recharge, especially on weekends.
Yes, exactly. Balance is the key. And when we talk about weekends, it's not just about what we do, but also about how we feel. Weekends should be a time to feel happy and stress-free. Whether you're working on something, spending time with friends, or just resting at home, it's all about enjoying your time in your own way.
I couldn't agree more. Weekends should be a time to recharge for the busy week ahead. And it's also a great opportunity to try new things, make new memories, and even learn something new. It could be as simple as trying a new recipe or going to a new park.
Exactly, Emily. Weekends are for having fun, whether you're going on an adventure or just staying home. And now that we've talked about what we do on weekends, I have a question for you, Emily.
Oh, what's your question, Sam?
Well, when you're planning for the weekend, do you like to make a schedule or do you prefer to just see where the weekend takes you?
Good question. I'm definitely the type of person who likes to plan. I usually make a list of things I want to do, like meeting friends, visiting a museum, or cooking. But I don't make a super strict schedule. I like to have a little flexibility so that I can be spontaneous if I want to. What about you, Sam?
I'm a little different. I like to keep my weekends open and free. I don't plan too much because I think it's nice to just go with the flow. I might wake up on Saturday and decide, today I'll go for a walk, or let's go watch a movie. I like the freedom to choose.
That sounds wonderful. I think both ways are great. Some people like to plan, and some like to keep things open. It's all about finding what works best for you.
Exactly. Now, Emily, we've shared a lot of weekend ideas, and I think it's time to ask our listeners one final question. Ready?
I'm ready. What's the last question, Sam?
All right, here it is. If you could do anything for your perfect weekend, what would you do? Would you go on an adventure, relax at home, or maybe try something new? We want to know. Share your perfect weekend in the comments below.
Yes, we would love to hear about your perfect weekend. Don't forget to share your ideas with us. We might even get some great new ideas for our own weekends.
Well, that's it for today's episode of English Listening Lab. We hope you had as much fun listening to this as we did recording it. Remember, weekends are all about doing what makes you happy. And we hope you take some time to relax and enjoy your weekend.
Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment about your weekend plans, and we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.